Hi guys. If you're trying to take the engine out of your bike, I have a few things to tell you that can make life a whole lot easier when you're taking that engine out of your bike. So here we go. What's up everybody? How's it going? If you have been following along, I've been doing a lot of engine work, and what that requires first and foremost is getting the engine out of the motorcycle. In a lot of cases people go, well, it's a big task, how am I going to do that? Matter of fact, it's not really the toughest of tasks if you follow a few basic steps and you do have a few basic tools to help you along the way. I'm going to go over a few of those tools and a few of those techniques to get you through that process of getting your engine out and getting an engine in. Today, I'm going to be stuffing an engine into an R6. In any case, for any bike, the first and foremost thing is you want to get the bike situated completely upright. And by that, in most cases with a sport bike, you're going to be using some paddock stands. Having the bike up on the stands makes it up about 2 to 3 inches off the ground on the front and the rear, and makes getting anything underneath it a lot easier. Now this bike in particular won't even fit this stand. The back tire on this is that Suzuki M109. The back tire on this is a 260, I think. This will fit, I think, a 200 or maybe a 220 millimeter rear tire. What I have it right now is I have the rear end up on blocks, and I have the front end inside of this stand, which keeps the front end in place and doesn't allow the bike to rock back and forth or anything like that. And it keeps it up a little bit, about an inch off the ground. It allows me a little bit of stability in getting this engine up inside of this motorcycle. This is a Craftsman 1-ton motorcycle lift. I'm sorry, half-ton motorcycle lift. It will lift a 1,000-pound motorcycle without any problem at all. It'll lift the same amount of weight as either of those stands over there. But this thing is perfect in almost every case for getting an engine where you need it, which is right in that little area right there. There are other methods to doing this. There are other tools to doing this. I prefer this one. I'm sure a lot of people have their own ways, but this is by far my favorite. Once that engine's on there, it's on there. You can move it around. You've got a big, stable area to pull it around and move the thing around if you need to. You can back it out of there really easily. If you've watched any of my videos on engine removals, you've seen me use this thing countless times. This is a Craftsman. It's probably 150 bucks. You can get one of these at Harbor Freight for 79, 80 bucks, I'm sure. It'll do the same job, and it will do it for quite a while. So yeah, that's an essential item, I would say. I can't stress enough the importance of having some way to push this big-ass heavy engine around a shop floor. For about $9 or $8 at Harbor Freight, you can get one of these little floor dollies. They are epic. Put an engine on one. You'll thank yourself later. You might even thank me. I always keep a couple of things around. 2x4s, chopped into about 12-inch blocks to 15-inch blocks, depending on what you're gonna need. That allows you to kind of put support braces where you might need them. I've got a block in here just to keep the engine level. It also just makes it easy to move the engine out of the way. Even this 200-pound beast of a Suzuki 1800 is really not hard to move around once I've got it on the dolly. Getting it off of the dolly and onto the jack is another story. If you're gonna take an engine out of a motorcycle, you're gonna need a way to move it around. You don't want it sitting on the floor. It is, most of these oil pans are aluminum, so if you set it down on the floor, you can crack it, break it, do any number of damage to an engine if it sits on the floor. I've just unpacked this engine from a big old box, and if you were following on my Instagram, you just saw me unpack that box live via technology. So maybe I'll put it up in my long-term stories. You go check it out. It's at OneMotoMedic on Instagram. Go check it out. Go check it out. Let's just do it nice and slow. There we go. And due to time constraints and all kinds of other stuff, I didn't get a chance to film any of me putting this engine in the bike. But I did use that to put it in. Now, one thing I will stress, just because you might have all of these tools, they're not going to necessarily make the job super perfectly easy. There's always going to be little things that you're going to need to worry about as far as getting those engines back in. They never go on these lifts exactly how they came off. With that, sometimes you will struggle if you're by yourself. So I always recommend having someone with you that can help you with just extra muscle if needed, especially on a big engine like this one. Another thing that I'll stress is to take your time and just go slow. If you run into a problem, step back, take it from a couple of angles, look at things, and see if there's a solution. Take your time, work slow, work through your process, make sure that you look at every little problem with a few different angles, and take your time, walk away if need be. And I hope this video has helped you out as far as getting a few tips and stuff, as far as maybe some tools that you might need to get you started on pulling engines out of your own bikes. I'm going to say see you later. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more. There's going to be some different stuff, including a move. I'm moving to the Spokane, Washington area. Hope to meet some of you. Have a great one. Bye.